Zidane Daney, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Electro Ninja's Lab. In today's video, we are, of course, going to be talking about Miraculous once again, which, honestly, what? It's back! Miraculous is finally back in full force. So, yep, we're going to be trying to make videos each and every single time that these episodes release. And I'm going to talk about each and every single episode and basically break them down. Um, Now, this episode was a very, very simple one. Just Ladybug, Cat Noir they have just had everything that happened. Literally, as season 4 ended, this is right off that cuff, right where everyone is cheering Ladybug, despite the fact that Hawkmoth has just confirmed that he is going to cause mayhem for Ladybug and Cat Noir. Well, the people of Paris are still cheering for them, and Cat Noir is with her. Together, they will stand against Monarch and make sure to stop whatever he has planned. Which I am so excited to see exactly what they're planning to do here, because it's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing to see as the Miraculous team works together to stop Hawkmoth once and for all. And we don't know exactly how that's going to work out, but I, for one, think that what they're going to be doing is as they gain each of the Miraculouses back, they're going to give them to their specific holders. So, since multiplication is next episode, I'm assuming they're going to get the Mouse Miraculous and they're going to give that to wow, they're gonna give it to my Maylene, which that's a very odd thing to think about because Maylene was one of the last people to actually get her Miraculous. I don't even I don't know if anyone was later. I think someone was, but I can't pinpoint exactly who. But there were not very many people afterwards who got their Miraculous. So needless to say, that's going to be very interesting to see how they're going to play with each of these Miraculouses coming back. Obviously, Alex has just gotten her Miraculous, and she's keeping that to keep it away from Hawkmoth. So I'm wondering exactly how they're going to play with every single little detail with that to make it even more interesting. The only episode that seems like it's not going to necessarily be about said specific Miraculous is Destruction, because obviously Destruction is owned by Adrian at this point in time. So I don't know exactly what's going to be happening in the third episode, but needless to say, things are going to be very, very complicated as we just continue with everything. Who knows exactly what Miraculouses we're going to be getting as the series continues. I, for one, am really hoping that it's just going to be a huge chaotic mess and eventually they'll defeat Hawkmoth. Part of me has kind of assumed that the episodes are going to finish off. Well, they're going to get most of the Miraculous by the time that the Kwame's Choice comes in. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Uh, Needless to say, there's a lot to unpack with the future of these episodes. But with that, let's actually talk about the majority of this episode. Like I said, Hawkmoth is not wasting any time. He is becoming Monarch, and he is going to use the first Miraculous to basically stop Ladybug and Cat Noir as quickly as possible, which is using the Time Miraculous. Going through time as quickly as possible to steal the Miraculous off of Ladybug and Cat Noir before there's any other chance. So steal them now before any other issues come up. Needless to say, I'm terrified to see exactly if he had actually pulled any of this off. It would have just been really interesting. But luckily, Ladybug, Cat Noir, and Bunnix are able to come in, stop him from even basically even being seen practically by Ladybug, they just swoop him out. Nobody's the wiser, and then they continue their battle. Which is another factor that pretty much the entirety of this episode, there are so many moments where you probably could have seen Ladybug and Cat Noir throughout the series, and honestly, I doubt that they actually thought that far ahead, but it makes me wonder if maybe back in those episodes there is like little flashes, like you don't necessarily realize it right at that time, but there's little flashes in these episodes. So like I think like Bubbler is like one of those moments where Ladybug and Cat Noir are falling through the sky. Maybe just off in the distance you see like this little flash and then they're gone. Who knows? I doubt it that they're actually that they were basically planning this entire thing from that point, but it would be interesting if they actually did think about that. And maybe like during episode the final episode of season 2, maybe like as we're looking at Hawkmoth, maybe in the background we can just see like a little black hair or a little black bunny ear pointing out, because they're looking, quote unquote, at Hawkmoth to make sure to distract Monarch from actually just well, so he actually goes and finds them. Which also, that whole section is really great because obviously he and Natalie come up with this plan that would actually work and there wouldn't be any issues. Well, there absolutely would be issues. All he had to do was literally just put the flash drive in the past, and instantly everything has changed. No, Mayora or Emily is never gets sick, which means that Hawkmoth never starts trying to look for the Miraculous, for the other Miraculous. Maybe he would have, but he wouldn't have been causing all of the different villains all over the place. So, who knows? Maybe that would have happened, which, I'll be honest, that would have been really interesting to see what would have happened if he just left it there. And the thing is, like, it's not that hard to leave it. Even if he's noticing the miracle box, knows that they're doing something crazy, all you have to do is literally leave the flash drive. If he had just left the flash drive, he's covering his bases. He literally has his hand through the thing. Just drop the flash drive, and then go do that, and more than likely, before you're even out the door, things change. Everything changes, and as Ladybug and you is fighting him, they don't know, and it's defeat, and he's defeated. The best option is that instead, as Ladybug is throwing up the box to reset everything, that the flash drive just goes back to the correct time. Who knows exactly if that would be what would happen, but it's definitely a possibility. And another factor is that it could have also erased the fact that they actually went back in time to all of these different locations, so nobody was aware. I don't know. It's hard to say for sure, but obviously, with that, because of all of this, Alex does actually get the Bunny Miraculous. Which, I also have to say, I love that Alex has been talking to her dad this entire time, and basically, he knows probably everything. Like, everything about the Miraculous world. Alex has been sending him pictures about her adventures all this time. It's quite possible that he knows exactly who Ladybug and Cat Noir are, which that just makes it make more sense why we have never seen him akumatized. Like, he is the one, like, pretty much every single character that we've seen to this point that has been a recurring character has at one point gotten akumatized. I don't think that there's anyone who hasn't been, except for, obviously, Marinette and Cat Noir. Everyone else has been akumatized. Practically their entire school has been akumatized, and all of these different people, and it just makes me wonder, has her father ever been akumatized? Like, obviously, we didn't see every single akumatization, but if he hasn't, that means that it's possible that he knows exactly who Ladybug and Cat Noir are, and it has been keeping the secret the entire time. Probably before Alex was even born, he's known everything that was going to happen. Maybe not everything, but maybe a good majority of the notes have been sent to him, and who knows? I think that it would have been that it would be very interesting, to say the least. Um, but yeah, clearly he has been doing he knows about time travel. He knows that she's been doing all of these things. So who knows? It's just very interesting, to say the least. Clearly he knows that she's been doing a lot of things, and he knows exactly the point in time that he's from that Ladybug and Cat Noir come and get Alex to first get the dog Miraculous, but then she's going to get the bunny Miraculous in this adventure and use it permanently. Which, what? That is insane to me, and I cannot wait to see exactly what they're going to be playing with. Just moving forward, there's so much little details that could be very interesting as Bunnix continues on her adventure, which also, she is now just out in time. Who knows when we're going to see her, and she can age all over the place for the next while. Like, they're probably keeping adult Bunnix at the same age for a good reason, but the thing is, like, there's a several year difference between young Alex and adult Alex. So she from this point forward, Bunnix could literally be anywhere from here to here, and it's just gonna be like, what the heck is going on here? When are you? Do you how much do you know? And stuff like that is just like, I'm intrigued. I can't wait to see this. Another factor that we know is that uh, at some point that Bunnix does eventually come back. Does she remain a member of the team and only time travels when it's absolutely necessary? Or does she use the Miraculous and continues to time travel practically all the time, as basically just she is the guardian of time? I don't know. I think that would be very interesting if Alex does become the guardian of time, and basically there has never been another Bunny Miraculous holder. Because, honestly, think about that. Like, how many real life heroes do you know of that have anything to do with the bunny? That seem like, I could imagine that there's a few moments in time where there are certain people who have held the bunny Miraculous, but we don't know. It's very possible that Bunnix is the first holder of the bunny Miraculous. It's also possible that she's not, but at the same time, like, you'd expect that there would be more time travel if there's more than just Bunnix. Now, of course, that could just mean that Bunnix is the only one who perhaps no one goes beyond that 200-year point. Maybe there's just something where all of the bunny heroes know that they need to be very careful about where they go in time. Do they go to the future? Do they go to the past? Where exactly do they go? They need to make sure they don't go very far into the future. They don't go too far in the past. Maybe you can go back into the past as much as you want, but but you need to be very careful. You obviously can't step on anyone's toes. But if you go to the future, you also have to be very careful. You don't want to know too much and then bring that information to the past. Same issue with going to the past anyways, because you have to be very careful. When do you go back in time? And all of these different details. For example, in this adventure, Ladybug and Cat Noir have to be extremely careful as they're jumping through time, not to let anyone else see them. Literally the only person who sees them as they're going through time is that of, well, Ladybug, their younger selves, as well as, of course, uh, well, Master Fu. And that's it. Nobody else is aware that they've even time traveled across time. So maybe there is something else about the Bunny Miraculous that just keeps things safe, where you can never, you have to be extremely careful. I don't know. There's a lot of different factors, and I really would, what I really want is a is a Bunnix spin-off series. I don't care what exactly it is. It could be just like the simplest thing. Maybe like one season of Bunnix as she's learning about her powers and going across the timeline. Maybe older Bunnix is actually training her, or maybe she's actually going back in time to speak with the previous Bunny Miraculous holders. Maybe she's giving advice to Master Fu on where exactly he should go, so that he doesn't actually mess the timeline up. I don't know. Um, there's so many little details in there that it's just like, what exactly has been happening over all of this time? Who knows? Maybe we'll. I'm assuming we'll be able to see. We will probably see more from Bunnix as the story continues, but who knows? Also, I'm expecting when Bunnix actually does rejoin the timeline. I don't expect her to be much older, but I do expect her to be a little bit older, which is also going to be very interesting to say the least, with how exactly everyone's going to be dealing with that, because nobody else knows that Alex is gone except for obviously Marinette, Adrian, and their father, and her father. So what I'm wondering is, how are they going to keep? Are they going to keep their story straight? How exactly are they going to keep their story straight? My guess is that after the events of this episode, Marinette and Adrian, as Ladybug and Cat Noir, they feed their Kwamis and all of this stuff, and then they go back, talk to him, and say, okay, we need to make sure that our stories are straight as to where Alex is, because we can't be like, yeah, she's currently the holder of the Bunny Miraculous. Yes, her older personality is kind of known, but the only people who know that is obviously Hawkmoth, Alex herself, and then the three of them. So are they going to actually keep her identity secret, or are they going to say that she's off somewhere so that nobody questions why she's gone? Because a lot of people are going to question, hey, where is Alex? What is she doing? Who knows? My guess is that there's going to be something where her her father probably has like a few pictures where Bunnix is not wearing her is basically just in her normal outfit in these different locations throughout time, and he's going to use those as basically, here, this is where she is currently. I don't know. It'll be interesting. The biggest one that comes to mind is her brother because I feel like he would be concerned about where the heck she is. Same goes for Nathaniel, because of the fact that they've developed a good friendship. And there's a lot of other characters as well that I feel are going to be concerned. Like the girls. Uh, I like I can't imagine the rest of the girls are like not wondering where she is for however long it's going to be. It's not going to be years, but at the same time it's like, if you're hanging out with, if you're going to school with the same person year after for years, and then suddenly for months, if not a whole year, they're just gone, you're gonna notice. Like you notice if your best friend is gone in high school for like a day, or maybe even like a week, you really start to concerned. If it's just a day, you're going to be thinking, oh, they're probably just sick. And the same thing goes for like pretty much any other location. Like you don't show up to work for whatever reason for a week or so, people are going to get concerned. Usually but lots of different things like that. People are going to get concerned. So if she's gone from school for like 2 weeks, which is putting it just really simply, then as that is the bare minimum of it, then it's just like everyone needs to be asking, where the heck is Alex? So someone they need to get their story straight as to where is she, because otherwise it's just going to be a huge mess. So if like Marinette said, if somebody asks like where is Alex, Marinette is going to be like, oh, she went on a vacation. Oh, she's on vacation. She's traveling the world. She's learning on the go. And then her father is just like, oh no, she's in this she's in this location, and she's not she's just gonna be there for a while. Then obviously there's gonna be issues there. I don't know. We'll see exactly how everything plays out, but I for one am excited, to say the least, to see exactly where they're going with that. As for the future episodes, I'm not sure. There's been some really cool trailers, and I do want to do some discussion about these future episodes. They'll probably be either tomorrow's video or the day afterwards. I'm not 100% certain. I need to do some finagling to see exactly where I want to go with certain things. So look forward to that. But anyways, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please make sure to leave a like, leave your thoughts and theories down in the comments below. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and ring that notification bell, because we could really use the more of you guys to check out these videos, and of course get talking, because Miraculous is back, people. We've got so much more to learn and so much to figure out before the next few seasons.
You haven't lost me.
Who knows? This may be the final season of the Hawkmoth arc. Who knows? But I, for one, am really excited. But anyways, guys, I've been Electro Ninja, and I will see you guys next time. But on!